Hey Canucks fans, hope you're well. Here to break down all of the goals from the Vancouver Canucks 2-0 victory over the Connor Bedardless Chicago Blackhawks. Now I know what you're thinking, Clay, how are you going to do a whole video when there's only 2 goals to talk about? I think after the goals, we'll kind of let the highlights run and I'll share some observations from the game, a game that I was at watching live in person. So let's get started. It actually starts off with a non-goal highlight, but actually a pretty good scoring chance. So it's only 30 seconds in the game. It's our good line, our third line. And there you see Teddy Blueger trying to get Garland, but it goes off of a Blackhawk. Joshua comes in, but Mrazek saves it with his glove hand. So no harm, no foul. Here's an actual goal. You have Mikheyev give it to Juleson. Juleson behind the net, backhand to Kuzmenko, who comes around, takes a quick look, and then a reverse, no-look backhand pass to Pius Suter. Awesome pass, nice finish. I call him Pius Shooter when he scores goals. That's his 9th goal of the season. So let's take a look at how this develops. It's actually a really nice play, all done, all made by, set up by Kuzmenko's excellent vision. So Juleson puts a backhander behind the net. I'm not sure if he's trying to find Mikheyev here. Regardless, it's way too far ahead of him. So it goes behind the net. And look what Kuzmenko does first. First, he fakes the slap shot. Now, I'm not sure if anyone thought he was actually going to shoot it. At least he's got their attention. He's got Mrazek's attention, but he fakes the slap shot. Okay, and he's likely not going to score from there unless you're Quinn Hughes, and you'll see that in the second goal. So then Kuzmenko goes around the net, but right here, you see that he's looking to see what's happening. There's no way he's going to get it to Mikheyev. Basically, the whole Chicago Blackhawks team is checking him. He's looking at the point, I think, as options, but then he's also noticing that Suter is right here and no one is covering him. So Kuzmenko kind of fakes that he's going to go up to his point man, and then he puts his head down, and then boom. Look at that beautiful backhand no-looker. None of these guys are expecting it, and it gets right across the seam to Suter. There it is. Suter, instead of one-timing it, which he could have done, I think he wanted to be sure, takes a second to gather the puck, and then it's not even like a hard slap shot or a snap shot or a wrist shot. He almost scoops it towards the net. I actually don't think he got as much. I would have just tried to roof it up here, but instead it goes underneath of Peter Mrazek. Let's watch that one more time. I kind of skipped that too fast. But right here, it goes right underneath him, sort of five-hole, but just right underneath Mrazek before he can get over there. Really nice pass by Kuzmenko and a nice finish. So we see it once again. The beautiful backhand pass gets through, and Suter makes no mistake. I think we see it one more time, actually. They got to extend this. Yes, there's Suter, gathers it. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's probably too tricky to do a one-timer. And then he kind of scoops it underneath Mrazek. Then, I don't know why they're showing this. All right, there's a nice save by Demko. And then he sends the puck up. Okay, so now look at how long the Chicago Blackhawks players have been on the ice. Some of them for almost a minute 15, a minute 20. And this is just another dominant shift, ending off with a beautiful Quinn Hughes goal. I think he scored about 4 or 5 from this area. Rick Tocchet says it's the hardest place to score goals from. So let's see how this develops. So this is reminiscent of that amazing shift that the Canucks had against the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday, where they actually dominated in the Maple Leafs end, and they had time for a full line change. I'm not sure they did a full line change here, but they certainly had the puck for a long time, at least about 45 seconds to a minute in the Chicago zone. And the Chicago Blackhawks were getting tired. There's a chance that Kuzmenko could have lost it here battling with Phillips. But then the puck, I don't know what Kuzmenko's doing. Maybe looking for a contact lens. But the puck squirts out. And great puck support from Mikheyev here. And then Mikheyev digs it out. And then he gives it to Quinn Hughes. So right here, Chicago should know they're in trouble. Because we've seen what Quinn Hughes can do when he sneaks down this left side. And yeah, he comes down. This is a really nice play by Kuzmenko. He's keeping Phillips busy. Then you have Suter here. You have Mikheyev here. And then that's probably left shot guy. So I'm not sure who that is, actually. That's not Myers. Myers is a righty. Regardless, look at this guy's way too far. I don't know why they have so many guys on Mikheyev. So this guy's way too far. And he still doesn't even collapse. And he gives Hughes that amazing look. And Hughes puts it right over Mrazek's right shoulder. Here's another good look at it. And then Quinn, just a hard snapshot, and then Mrazek has no chance, and we'll see it one more time here. Just see the velocity of Hughes' shot. Like, that was impossible to stop. It went up over Mrazek's right shoulder, bar down, and then out in the left side of the net. That's it for goals. So I'm going to just share a few insights from the game, and we'll just kind of let the highlights go behind me. Now, everyone knew that Connor Bedard wasn't going to play, and I think a lot of people were disappointed. There are a lot of actually good Chicago Blackhawks that weren't playing, including guys like Taylor Hall, including Anthony Beauvillier, and others. So people were asking me, well, what was the mood like? It was exciting for the atmosphere was good for the first half of the first period when the Canucks got out to that early lead. I actually felt sorry for Chicago and it wasn't about not getting my money's worth. It was fine. I'm just always happy to be in the arena. But yes, definitely not a lot of firepower on the Chicago Blackhawks team. And then so after the first 7 minutes where the Canucks got out to 2-0 lead, obviously there weren't any more goals. And there weren't a lot of like 5-alarm saves, or there weren't any fights. There weren't any really big hits either. So it was just a meh kind of game. You're always happy when the Vancouver Canucks win, but there's really nothing to show you in these highlights. So I'm going to show you a couple more observations. Interesting that this was the line where the second line finally played like a second line. So you had Suter, Kuzmenko, and Mikheyev. Kuzmenko ends up with 2 assists. And what I really liked about his game is he was very assertive. He only had 13 minutes of ice time, but he was very assertive. He was obviously trying to make things happen. And aside from one poor turnover in the third period, he played much better defensively, so much so that he actually got a shift in the last 90 seconds of the game as the Canucks were nursing that 2-goal lead. But yes, I thought that second line actually played like a true second line today. The third line of Joshua Blueger and Garland Dayton, and no points for them. No points for the fourth line of Höglander, Oman, and Lafferty. I thought they were okay. And even the top line, the Lotto line, they've kind of been quiet since the Eastern Road swing when they're first reunited. And between the three of them, they only had 2 shots on net. So you had Besser with no shots on net and Miller and Petey with 1 each. And that includes 3 power plays. Now, 2 of those power plays were truncated. So I get that there wasn't a full 6 minutes on the power play, but still, that's 3 chances, and the Canucks did not score on any of them. I thought they were a little too tentative. They moved the puck around a lot. The movement was pretty good, but they didn't get a lot of good looks firing pucks at the net, which they obviously need to do. Penalty kill was very good. They killed off all of the Blackhawks' 5 chances, even though a couple of those were truncated as well. But I think with everything, what you really saw was a good spreading of the ice time. You had no forward that had more than 17 minutes actually, and that was Pius Suter. Actually had the most minutes of all the forwards. Oh, sorry, Dakota Joshua did at 18, and then Suter was second with 17. So Petey only had 17. Besser only had 14. Miller only had 14 and a half. When do you see JT Miller only have 14 and a half minutes of ice time? And then on the back end, Hughes was the high man at 22. Juleson was the low man at 16. But still, not a lot of not heavy minutes, even with 3 power plays. So 2 more things. With Carson Soucy out for the next 5 to 6 weeks, Noah Juleson drew back in. Ian Cole flipped back to the left side. It was Cole and Juleson. Thought Juleson was okay. He got better as the game went on, and at least he has some built-in chemistry with Ian Cole. And it was very interesting to see that it wasn't Hughes, Hronek, and then Zadorov Myers. It was Hughes, Myers, and then Zadorov and Hronek. And the Zadorov-Hronek pairing, that one's interesting to me because Hronek is a good first passer, but Zadorov loves to take the stick handle and skate the puck out of his own end. So who's the stay-at-home defenseman between the two of them? We shall see. But I think management also wants to see what Hronek can do without Hughes, and if it brings down his contract value a little bit, I'm sure management won't mind. But that's not the priority here. Finally, Thatcher Demko made all 31 saves, earning his 5th shutout of the season, which is crazy. He only had 3 coming in the season. Now he has 5 on the season. And every time he plays, he wins. And every time the Canucks play, they win. They have points now in their last 9 games. So as hot as Edmonton has been, the Canucks are not as good, but pretty much very close to them. And Edmonton hasn't really closed the gap on the Canucks. They've closed the gap on Vegas and LA, catching LA in the standings. But we still have a pretty comfortable lead over the Edmonton Oilers right now. So Canucks fans, let me know. I only talked about 3 highlights. Joshua's got stopped, and then the 2 goals, but 2 very highlight-worthy goals, highlight reel goals. one by Pius Suter based on Andrei Kuzmenko's good work, and then of course the nice shot from Quinn Hughes. So Canucks fans, let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you thought about these very limited highlights and anything else that you're feeling about this team right now. Shout out to my sponsors, Advanced City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss, and thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Thanks for your support, and to all of you for watching, for liking, and subscribing. So on your way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a donation if you want. You can buy a membership, or you can upgrade your own membership. Regardless, appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support of me and of this channel. I'm not streaming tonight, Tuesday night, because I'll be downtown watching Mean Girls, the musical, and won't get back in time to stream before I have to go to my holy hours. So I'll be back live streaming on Wednesday night after the Canucks host the St. Louis Blues. Thanks, friends, for being here. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.